Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Bamirich here, and it's been a while, but I'm back today with another video, and this time we're going to be talking FPL, another FPL Corner video. We're going to be looking at what happened as always in the last game week 19, which is actually still ongoing, but because of the quick turnaround, we're going to go and then look straight into game week 20, which starts tomorrow. There's postponements all over the place. There's COVID postponing games. There's players been injured. It's all a madness in the FPL world at the moment, in the football world at the moment. United haven't played for 2 weeks, but thankfully it's game day, so we'll be playing later on today. But yeah, so let's just get into the FPL corner video today, and let's look at some of the things that has happened since the last video, which is a bit of a madness. Basically, last week, after, as you can see from this picture, after the game week 18 deadline, I was just having a look at my team as usual, trying to set up my, what I call, and you should know if you watch the videos, my boss team, right? Which is the team that, if I got hit by a bus, at least my FPL team will be good for one more week. But yeah, so I was setting that up, and I was like, wait, hold on, this isn't my team. What's going on here? Why have I got, you know, all these, first of all, actually, what I noticed first was all the injured players. And I was like, wait, why have I got so many injured players? And like, wait, hold on, these aren't even my players at all. Anyway, so I looked at the team and realized that somebody's clearly hacked my account, or my account has been hacked. And they'd made all these changes. I don't know how many minus points they would have taken as a result of that. So long story short, I first thing first, right? Make sure, as a tip for you, make sure you have a strong password on FPL, because the problem with Fantasy Premier League is they don't have a two-factor authentication process. So if somebody else logs into your account from somewhere else, it doesn't send you that like text, oh, by the way, you know, you know, here's a code or whatever it may be, or whatever it may be, or accept this login. So obviously, if somebody could have logged into my account, I didn't have any clue, and they made all these transfers. So tip: make sure you have a really good strong password. And yeah, just keep an eye on your team. I was fortunate that one, I spotted these changes before the next game week deadline, and two, it happened just after the game week 18 deadline, because basically what I did then was I used my free hit chip, and I made the team that we'll look at in a moment and see the points that they've got so far. So I used my free hit chip, and that enabled me to, the way the free hit chip works is it cancels whatever transfers you've done that week, and then it gives you after the game week is done, it gives you the team that you had at the end of the previous game week. So in this situation, my game week 18 team that I finished, well, that started the game week with, I guess, right? I get that back. So regardless of all the transfers that I had, as you can see, had happened, I go back to my game week 18 team. The only problem at the time was I was thinking, oh, you know, I have to use my free hit chip, and I didn't want to use my free hit chip already. But lo and behold, literally the day after that happened to me, FPL announced that, and I sent them an email actually, but I knew they couldn't help. I was just kind of trying to push them to do the two-factor authentication thing. But the day after that, FPL announced that all of us were going to get an extra free hit chip anyway. So that helped me a little bit. Obviously, you could say it's still not helping, because some people will have an extra free hit chip to me, because I still had to use my free hit chip. However, the amount of postponements that we've had in the game is ridiculous. You know, so many teams are pulling out because of COVID, and games getting postponed. I don't know how they're going to reschedule all these games in the new year for all these teams, but you know, I mean, that means there'll be lots of double game weeks and lots of games for us to get excited about. But yeah, anyway, long story short, that happened. So then I had to have a different team. I had to play my free hit chip, and that's where we're at right now. So we're currently in game week 19 with my free hit chip, and seeing how that goes. So let's look at how my team did, or how my team is doing so far in game week 19. So as you can see, I had to play my free hit chip, like I said. So far, it's going decent. You know, I got 47 points, average of 30 points. Actually, another little thing that happened at the end of last game week as well was just before the deadline, the FPL website crashed, and a lot of people, myself included, were trying to make last minute changes. So, for example, I had Foden in, as you can see here, but I actually thought, okay, Foden probably won't play. I think I saw on Twitter somebody was saying that Foden was on the bench. So I thought, you know, let me change him to Mahrez. remember when your free hit is activated, you can make as many changes as you want over and over again throughout that game week before the game week deadline. Sorry. So I was gonna switch Foden to Mahrez, and I think I was gonna make another sub as well, but I can't remember who it was. And as you can see, Foden didn't do very well. Mahrez got, I don't know, like 10 points. So I would have been a bit more up on points, but you know, it is what it is. At least my main thing this week was that I got my old team back anyway, so that I didn't have to chill with all those crap players that somebody brought into my team. But yes, so this is how I'm doing so far this game week. Like I said, 47 points, as you can see here, 47 points, free hit played, and I've still got De Gea to play, and Dalot and Ronaldo captain. So United obviously are going to be a big part of my game week this week. I'm hoping we do really, really well. I hope we thrash Newcastle, obviously. Otherwise, Reguilon, Cancelo did well. My defense did well. Son came through with some good points. Saka is looking really, really good lately. He's got a lot of good returns. 16, 7, 6, 5 in the last 4 game weeks, which is not bad at all. Emil Smith-Rowe's coming off the bench every game and smashing it. Like, he's a consideration. But anyway, Martinelli, I brought him in on free hit. Didn't do as well as I was hoping. Bernardo Silva, he's not been that good for me lately. Like, let's look at his recent scores. 2, 2, 1, and then 6, and with a jammy. I remember that game, a jammy assist, really. Foden, like I said, wasn't really a good pickup this week. Kane, looking alright, but main thing I'm hoping for is a Ronaldo hat-trick tonight. The bench did alright as well. Broha, he's actually really good. He's been getting quite a few points lately. You know, he scored last week and assisted this week, so maybe I should actually start playing him. And Lamptey, he's a fan favourite, is one of my favourite FPL picks anyway. He always seems to do well when he plays. So that's how my team is doing so far this week. I'm hoping for, I don't know, Ronaldo hat-trick, Dalot assist or 3 goals, De Gea clean sheet, maybe save penalties, so give me some points and let me climb up those rankings. So let's look at what we're going to be doing this week. Let's look at what you can be doing and the fixtures that you might want to target this week. So as I mentioned, it switched me back to my game week 18 team because I used my free hit chip, like I mentioned. So this is my team for the week ahead. As you can see, first thing you see here is White, Lacazette, and who else? Okay, Watkins. Their game's already been postponed. So the Arsenal Wolves game, I think it is, and Villa Leeds game postponed. So if you've got any Leeds players, etc., you know, Villa players, Arsenal players, Wolves players, then you may want to consider either maybe using a free hit chip this week if you haven't already used that, or just making some subs to get rid of them, maybe taking a -4 or -8, because I think really it's very important to have players playing, at least have a quality, I don't know, 10 players, if you want to go with like 1 or 2 players not playing. And by quality, I mean, you know, you're not playing someone like Brownhill as your 10th player and you're thinking, yeah, you know, because he's not going to get many points regardless, right? He's playing United now, watch when he goes and score 2 goals, but hopefully not. But yeah, you wouldn't expect Brownhill to get many points usually. So I think for me this week, the fixtures that you'd want to target are the United Burnley game. You know, all of this, I have to caveat all of this with the fact that any game could get postponed at any time, right? It seems that all these teams are catching COVID, and to be honest, Burnley haven't played since game week 16. Yeah, look at that. They haven't played since game week 16, so they've missed 17, 18, and 19. So let's hope they don't miss 20, because that will mean United don't play either. So first things first, you need to try and have a good bench because of all these postponements. Secondly, target that. I think the 2 fixtures this week to target are the Leicester Liverpool game, because Leicester have been looking dreadful, and the Burnley United or United Burnley game, or United Burnley game, because Burnley haven't played for 2-3 weeks, so I think United will be going in as favourites for that game. So I would target players for those teams if you're trying to get rid of, let's say, Lacazette or Ben White. So for example, for me, I'll probably be getting rid of Lacazette and trying to bring in Ronaldo to this team, because remember, I had him on a free hit before, so he's gone from my team again. Maybe bring in Dalot for White, but this is all pending if the United game gets cancelled or some other game gets cancelled. Then you just don't know. It's just a mess at the moment in terms of FPL planning. But I actually think it makes it a bit exciting, because everybody's going through this, right? It's not just, it's not just me or you. We're all facing these fixture changes and everything like that, so it'll make it a bit more exciting. And funny enough, I noticed in in my draft league, it's helping people catch up a bit more as well, because players that you think are strong that you have in your team are missing games, and then other people that actually have players playing, they're getting game time. So yeah, so in terms of players that I'm thinking of bringing in, I've already mentioned I'm going to bring in, hopefully, for White and Lacazette, which means taking a -4 potentially if I change both of them. A United player, probably just Ronaldo, and I'll actually just not bother with him. I'll taking out White, I'll probably just play Livramento and not take a minus, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, if any other game gets postponed, then lots of changes will have to happen. Recommendations, I'd be thinking of you bringing in City players. City are looking good and generally, but the problem with City is you don't know, as always, who Pep is going to play in those attacking positions. Bernardo's playing a lot of games. I think he's started. Yeah, look, he started pretty much every game for the last ridiculous amount of game weeks. But the problem with Bernardo Silva is he's actually having a few big chances, but he's just not. He just seems to be allergic to scoring FPL points, which is really annoying when you've got in your team and you're relying on him, and everybody else has got like Mahrez or Foden at the time, who are scoring points. The only guarantee at the moment for Man City, I think, is Cancelo. Cancelo is a no-brainer. If you don't have Cancelo by now, you should probably think about bringing him in. In terms of the attackers, KDB is probably going to be a lock for the next few weeks. Obviously, there's a huge turnaround in games. So, like I said, this game week 19 is just finishing today, and then tomorrow we've got game week 20. So, quick turnaround for games for players, for teams. So, like I said, try to have a good bench. My captaincy for this week will either be Salah against Leicester, which it probably will be Salah against Leicester, or Ronaldo against Burnley, depending if I bring him in, which I will probably bring him in, because let's look at the transfers quickly, actually. I've got 4.2 remaining in the bank, so I can easily go from I could either go Lacazette straight to Ronaldo, like that, or I could obviously, because Watkins is also out, isn't he? His fixture's also been postponed. Yep, so I could swap him out. There's too many postponements. It's so much to be thinking about, but I'll probably just play Broha for once finally and leave Watkins, or either leave Watkins or leave Lacazette, depending on what I do with the defense. But yeah, so captaincy will be Salah or Ronaldo, and let's just hope that no other games get postponed, because otherwise I may have to, I don't know, use my, actually I don't even have any other choice. One other thing I should mention is that free hit chip, right? So FPL have given us a second free hit chip from game week 20, and because of all the postponements, they've thought, okay, it's a good idea, let's give you guys a free hit chip. And like I said, with the free hit chip, you can use it, but what will happen is it will revert back to the team that you had at the end of the previous game week, rather than keeping the players that you had. Now, it's like a wild card within that one game week. Between the two deadlines, you can make as many changes as you like, and it won't affect your team. If before you activate the free hit, if you have made a transfer, just like I had with the hacking, right, and they made all these transfers, and then you activate the free hit, it will still revert to the team that you had at the end of the game week, not the team that you've made changes with. Another thing, if you've got 2 free transfers and you activate a free hit, you're not going to have 2 free transfers in the next game week. You're still only going to have 1, kind of like a wild card, right? So I'd recommend either keeping your chips for, we're going to have so many blanks coming up. We've already had so many blanks. We're going to have double game weeks, a lot of double game weeks coming up. So if you can keep them, if your team is looking strong, you can keep the free hits. I'd recommend keeping them and saving them for those double game weeks. One thing also you need to remember is if you still got your 2, I've already got 1. Well, I'll only have 1 from when they give us that new one in game week 20. If you've got 1, then whatever, just use it whenever you can. But if you've still got 2 left, bear in mind you can't use them in consecutive game weeks. So you can't say, I'm gonna free hit this week and then free hit next week as well. You can't do that. So just plan, when we know a bit more about the double game weeks, maybe try plan how you're going to use your free hit chips and stuff like that. And I'd recommend using it around the double game weeks, so that you can just basically stack your team up with players that are playing more than one fixture that game week, i.e. a double game week. Other than that, that's it for this game week. Like I said, I'm hoping Ronaldo, Dalot, and De Gea do score a lot of points for me this evening. But yes, I will be chucking out another video later on today or tomorrow, probably tomorrow. Just a quick Game Week 20 preview. It's a huge quick turnaround. So tomorrow morning I'll probably check that out. Let me know how your FPL team is doing. Let me know how you've been coping with the postponements, and if you're still, hopefully it's keeping you engaged because you're constantly having to think what I'm going to do next. Otherwise, thanks for watching the video as always. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're a subscriber, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and see you on the next one.